Imagine not being able to read or write. Imagine not having your education valued. Imagine that, instead of going to school, you are forced to work 12 hours every day in completely unsafe conditions in a poorly maintained and unstable mine. Many of us take our education for granted. But the problem is that many people around the world don't get the opportunity to learn and have a fulfilling education that allows them to flourish. My name is Alexandra Haddock, and one thing that I love above anything else is to learn. I dream of going to an amazing university and helping to bring peace to the world by becoming a diplomat. I would not be able to have these dreams and have the reassurance that I can embark on any career that I choose without the wonderful education that I am blessed with having the opportunity to complete. Unfortunately, this is not the case for so many others around the world. Children that are 13, my age, have to work in factories or scavenge in rubbish tips in some third world countries. It really disturbs me that other 13-year-olds never get the opportunity to learn. That instead of being able to go to school every day, to write essays, learn about different cultures, and study Newton's laws of gravity, young children work long hours, practically as slaves. In my ideal world, education would enable students to develop their talents and construct a meaningful life, working in an occupation that not only enables them to thrive and grow, but also to contribute in a positive manner to society. Child labour isn't the only issue that impacts education. Many children around the world have access to education, but not an education that is suited to their needs. For example, many children with physical or intellectual disabilities do not get the chance to learn effectively. Many children struggle to learn without adequate support, and when not given this support, their futures are grievously impacted, as it makes it harder for them to get jobs and go out into the world. One study across public primary schools found that children with intellectual disabilities are largely invisible and do not have their individual needs catered for, which is simply outrageous. Another issue that I wish to address, which is not spoken often about in my opinion, is gifted education. 5% of all students are identified as gifted and talented. When gifted children are not challenged and extended, they grow bored and disengaged and play up in class. Now, of course, most people wouldn't think this would be a big problem, but several studies have found that anxiety and depression have been commonly linked to little or no enrichment opportunities for gifted and talented children. Some extremely gifted children never even get the chance to go to school and unlock their potential, which is not only awful for their own growth and development, but just think of all the revolutionary theories and ideas that our world could be missing out on. As we speak, profoundly gifted children could be working in coal mines in third world countries instead of studying and transforming this world. An extensive research study by the Australian Capital Territory's Education Directorate found that 18 to 25% of gifted and talented children drop out of school, mostly due to a lack of engagement and learning opportunities, as well as being scrutinised and in quite a few cases bullied by their peers. I can tell you that I myself have been scrutinised by peers for reading books instead of making TikToks and having a passion for knowledge and a love of learning. Similar scenarios are presented to many other gifted children, and in some cases, much more severe. It is estimated that 20 to 25% of gifted and talented children suffer emotionally and socially, which is about twice as much when compared to other students. Another study found that most teachers only get up to 45 minutes dedicated to the correct education of gifted children in their whole 4-year degree. It seems as if people just don't value the education of gifted children enough, while many gifted children suffer in classrooms where they are not being enriched and encouraged in their studies. Something needs to change. Gifted and talented children need to be extended and challenged. Gifted children have a love of learning, and this needs to be enriched and fulfilled. In conclusion, it is my firm belief that all children across the world need to have equal education opportunities in whatever shape or form that may take. We cannot sit back and watch children suffer from unfulfilled educations. This is an issue which we all need to take a stand for. Everyone deserves the right for their education to be valued. Everyone deserves the right to enrich their minds. Everyone deserves the right to learn properly. Thank you.